Are you guys ready for this? I don't think that you are. Nope, nope, nope. That was not exactly what we are wanting out of the Audi S3. The exhaust system stock is decent for a little 4-cylinder. However, thanks to AWE, we got a brand new full exhaust system, major mod for the Audi S3. I think this is always the most favorite modification for any car, just because it is the biggest part, and we got all sorts of goodies from AWE on this one. So with everything unboxed now, that is what we're doing today. We are installing the AWE SwitchPath exhaust system for the Audi S3. This is a really, really sweet kit with, of course, the active valve. So we're gonna be able to run this full muffler delete. Once I do a downpipe, it'll be straight pipe with the valve open and then valve closed. You have a nice little straight through resonator muffler type design. That way we eliminate drone and keep it nice and quiet when valve is closed. Now, this AWE kit, we have it on our website, brosforspeed.com. Check that link down below. We have them ready to go for those of you with the AV Audi S3. I had an AWE exhaust on my Toyota Supra, and one of my good friends had one on his Audi S4, and it sounded so good. AWE really does a good job, especially with these European motors. And from what I've heard, this little 4-cylinder, 2-liter 4-cylinder is gonna sound really, really good. So this is gonna be an awesome exhaust for it. Let's take a quick look at what everything comes with this kit. They also do make a track version, which we also have available. That one is not gonna have this muffler and of course no active valve, but this one is kind of gonna give me the best of both worlds. All right guys, so we now have the S3 up on the jack stands and everything. It's a pretty simple exhaust to take off. We have 2 bolts right here, and then it's just hangers. So let's go ahead and get these guys off. And then with that clamp kind of loose, all right, the whole front pipe will come down. We'll just let that kind of stay supported. So with that piece down, real quick, we're gonna start up the car now that the muffler's not connected. See what this sounds like. And then now moving on to these hangers, best thing to do is spray them with penetrating oil and then use some channel locks. And then just take a flathead to slide it through it, and that'll help guide it off. And then rather than taking these hangers off, we're just gonna take the bolts off, put a jack under the muffler just to hold it while you do this, and we can easily get this thing off now. And then there is just one more hanger we need to get to, which is right there. So with both of those hanger bolts out, I'm gonna slowly lower it. There are 2 valves on each side of this exhaust, so I wanna do it slow enough where I don't pull the wires out. And then we can go ahead and unplug everything. And now the exhaust, we can freely lower it and get this thing all the way out of the car. So about 20 minutes later, we've gone ahead and got the stock one out. That is a super simple thing to pull out of the S3. Very basic, just some hangers as you saw. And you can see the 2 valves are laid out. They don't really make any sort of difference. So the new AWE kit is going to sound freaking awesome. So then with this pipe, we're just gonna slide it underneath this cross brace, which is above the drive shaft. And then kind of rotate it, and we'll line up this upper hanger. And then we can get this hanger in the back installed as well. So just sliding that in, we can kind of get a little bit of the weight to hold. All right, so with that all on, this is kind of a loose fit. And with these nearly close, we're gonna take the adapter that the kit's gonna come with. And then from there, they're kind of gonna butt up, and this really long one that the factory kit uses is going to sandwich those guys together. And then back at the back side of the car, we're gonna take this T-shaped pipe, and this is going to actually connect the center pipe to the mufflers, and we have 1 clamp on it. We're gonna put that in the upwards position. So putting a clamp right here, now we're just gonna take this muffler and line up this upper bolt spot. Get that going. And again, we'll just keep it loose. So now we're just gonna take the straight pipe portion, line that up with the hanger as well. Loosely fit that, and then we can secure it into that wide pipe. So with all the piping pretty much squared away, the kit comes with different plugs. This side is gonna go on your driver's side. It's kind of a dummy plug just to make the system think that it's doing something. We're gonna go ahead and just plug this in and then put it back where it was, kind of clamp it to the hanger, and then I'm just gonna stick the whole plug up into this frame rail just to get that nicely out of the way. So the muffler side is going to be smaller. Insert that, and then kind of line up the tips about where it is, and then we can just tighten up this clamp a little bit. So then now to install the actual valve on the AWE kit, you're gonna take the one with the cable, and just like the other side, we're going to install this into the factory plug coming off the car, and then the other end, of course, is going to now plug into the valve that is on the exhaust. And with that said, now we're taking the larger flange. This is going to be the straight pipe side, and as expected, just install this side, and we'll kind of loosely line it up. So to start lining up everything is snug, but I can still move it. So we've moved the whole muffler section left and right just to center it. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna really wanna push these hangers to get them perfect. And then the kit is gonna come with these circles that are gonna go onto these studs of the rubber hangers. And then you just tighten them down, and that makes it to where the exhaust system is not going to go side to side anymore, because now the hangers can't freely move. But from there, it's super simple. We're just gonna line them both up, and a continuing centering, left and right, up and down, and then we can tighten these down and push them in and out, kind of depending on how we're wanting it to look. All right, so the installation's done. Really simple, lined up nicely. We're gonna fire it up, get some heat in the exhaust, and kind of hear it a little bit under the first cold start. Already, that is a really nice deep tone. I do hear exhaust on this side. I think it might be open right now. All right, initial impression sounds really good. I don't know if the valve is opening or closing just yet. We'll probably have to drive the car around a little bit. But so far, that is a really deep tone from the AWE. And then I'll just quickly show you what it looks like. It just looks really good. We'll get out in the sunlight, of course. But the black tips match really nicely lined up and even. I'll tighten them once again now that everything's been heated up, but it looks really good. All right, so with the exhaust installed, I'm not quite sure how it works in conjunction with the factory valving. It kind of seems like it automatically might open if you're in the correct mode, like dynamic or when you're really on the gas. But what I like, so right now we're in comfort mode, normal automatic drive. It's not a loud exhaust at all. It's nice and quiet, and there's no restrictions whatsoever. Obviously, we took out that massive restriction in the center, the resonator, muffler, whatever the centerpiece was, and then the whole muffler on the back. But cruising at 60 right now, I'm even on the gas accelerating. There is just the slightest hum back there, but nothing annoying, no drone. Let's get up. You can hear it as I accelerate. So 70 miles an hour. No drone or anything. It is comfortable, quiet. And I like how you can still hear it because it sounds good, but it's nothing like deep bass in your head or anything annoying like that. So normal driving, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Going into dynamic mode, now when I give a gas, you can hear the valve is open and it has a little bit more beefy tone. It's still not a crazy loud exhaust. I like that aspect. Downshifting, you can hear it a little bit. You'll hear even more with the roof open. I like the little sound you get in between shifts. It has a really good tone to it. And now that you can actually hear the exhaust in this car, it makes it feel faster just because you can really feel and hear the car. down, back to drive, everything kind of tones down nicely. So this seems like a really good blend of both worlds. That's why the valve is so important. And especially once I do a downpipe, tune it, all that kind of stuff, I can enjoy the straight piped aspects of this car, but then have it normal for driving on the street, daily driving, comfortable highway cruising, things like that. Very, very impressive. Let's finish it up. I've never done launch control. Traction control has to be off, dynamic mode, and I believe that's it. Let's see what launch control is like in this car real quick. I've only tried it once. Let's try it for real. Wow, that's pretty sweet. That's really, really quick. It doesn't do the little farts between shifts when you're doing launch control. Seems like it's all about precision. So that is awesome that this car has that type of design and everything. God, the S3, man, this thing is coming together really nicely. I can't stop ripping on it. Well, there we have it, installing the AWE SwitchPath exhaust on the Audi S3. I am so impressed with just how good it makes this tiny engine sound. The car is such a fun little sporty car, and now it just has a meaty tone. Again, you can check this out on our website, brosterspeed.com. We have this one as well as the track version. If you don't want any valve, if you just want the loudest possible. I am curious to see if I can actually order the AWE remote for this and take manual control rather than just using the car system. So I might look into that, but let's do one last look now. I love these black tips. They really come together nicely. You can see just how well they fit. It looks perfect for this car, it really does. And I think the color just stands out. It doesn't just blend in. And then the configuration, really good design, as you can see, with the straight pipe on one side and the small muffler on the other. Fitment is spot on, and it's very easy to adjust everything to get the fitment perfect. So I'm really impressed with that. AWE absolutely nailed it with this exhaust system. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more content to come. Then check out our website for Audi S3 parts, as well as a few more. See you guys in the next video.